Well, color me surprised. The game that sold exactly 0 physical units. It's absolutely wild, but that was something that I forget. One of the insiders had there out for a second. Oh, we got a big scoop, and I was gonna get around to eventually doing a video on this, but lo and behold, before I have the opportunity to do this, Unknown 9 Awakening, their developer Reflector Entertainment is starting to institute mass layoffs. Who could have possibly seen this from the Sweet Baby Inc. magnum opus? Who could have possibly seen this happening, bro? Reflector Entertainment began mass layoffs of its employees in the wake of Unknown 9 Awakening's commercial and financial failing. As originally reported by Smash JT, numerous employees for Reflector Entertainment revealed that they were laid off within the past 24 hours and are now seeking work. One former employee, a dev QA tester, Leah Desmoro, who has a rainbow flag in her banner image, don't hire this freak, and claims to use they/them pronouns if it wasn't obvious enough to begin with. There's the reinforcements. Posted on LinkedIn, "Hi everyone, I'm seeking a new role and would appreciate your support. If you hear of any opportunities or just want to catch up, please send me a message or comment below. I'd love to reconnect." No, that's fine, because we've seen what you worked on and how poorly that ended up going, so no, have fun filling out applications at grocery stores. Sean D., who was a lighting artist at Reflector, also posted, "Hi everyone, sadly, I've been affected by the layoffs at Reflector Entertainment and I'm currently on the lookout for a new role as a lighting artist." Well, have fun with that. It's interesting how all of these, that must be a LinkedIn thing, right? Because I keep on seeing these little half moon logos at the bottom, part of their profile pictures. That it must be a LinkedIn thing. I don't have a LinkedIn account. I don't use the damn thing except for when I see, different screenshots of it. But anyways, Kyrie Holton, who also uses they/them pronouns. Cool. You use they/them pronouns. Why are you having a difficult time trying to get hired? Because clearly you know multiple people. Wrote on LinkedIn, "Hi everyone, I am looking for a new role in the games industry." Why is it hi everyone? Why can't anybody just post normally? Anyways, I'm looking for a new role in the games industry, either continuing my career in a dev QA or taking advantage of my training on the Unreal Engine to begin in a development role. And here's the thing, right? Like, we've been talking about games quite a lot throughout this year, and given the fact that most studios are coming around to working on Unreal Engine, your supposed expertise are kind of the industry standard now, so that doesn't really help you. That's kind of base level knowledge to get you in the door. And then dev QA, on a game that very famously had a clip of your main protagonist standing around a group of enemies, not acknowledging your existence. I wouldn't necessarily say that you're somebody that I would hire for a similar position. Thank you in advance for any connections, advice, or opportunities you can offer. Drop the they/them pronouns, get a haircut, and stop supporting companies that run on DEI initiatives. Good, got it, good. Okay. Holton added, "As you may already know, I am in the Montreal South Shore area." It's always French Canada. Okay. If we could just go ahead and take care of Ontario and Quebec, Canada would be in a much better place. If that referendum would have went through in the late 90s, I think this country would be in a much better shape that it's in, but that's another topic for another time. Alberta supremacy #1, baby. The company's brand manager, Manu, I don't know, some French bitch, also wrote on LinkedIn, "Hi, I got fired. Effective immediately. If you're looking for any opportunities or just want to catch up, please reach out." What is this blanket, just copy paste statement, bro? Okay, cool. Yeah, I just recently got fired for working on a project that absolutely sucked a bag of dicks that nobody bought. Can you hire me? Fuck no. Benjamin McDonald, another soy beard having fathead, who also uses they/them pronouns. Cool. It's just it's so nice to have a convenient list of people to never hire for anything. I wouldn't trust them to stack fellow coworkers unemployment applications. Like, just stop it. Game designer, worked at Reflector for 3 years. Yeah, again, the same person that would have programmed that awful game. But in a blog post, the company's general manager, Marc-André Seguin, revealed that it was reducing our team by approximately 18% of Reflector's total workforce. As the layoffs were happening, Seguin stated, "Today's announcement isn't driven by commercial success or external pressures, but it stems instead from our current reality, which is that this time we cannot guarantee tangible work for all of the talented individuals we employ," which is kind of crazy. With the recent release of Unknown 9 Awakening are two key production lines entering the early stages of development, we must make sure that our staff is laser focused on contributing to projects that wholly benefit from their skill set. Yeah, exactly. So that kind of lets you know that, oh yeah, a sequel to Unknown 9, there's not going to be Unknown 10, that's for true. Later in the post, again said, this shift will allow us to take up the necessary time to refine our process and perfect our upcoming projects so that we can deliver experiences that are both meaningful and memorable for players. Yeah, exactly. You should go ahead and try to repair that, especially with your most recent output. Whilst again claims the workforce reduction is not driven by the commercial lack thereof success or external pressures. It comes from less than 2 months after the company released Unknown 9 Awakening, which achieved an all-time peak concurrent player count of just 285. In fact, in the last 24 hours, at least when that screenshot was taken, 28 people were playing at that time and 39 people over the past day. Poor player counts. Game in the wake of the game being openly boycotted by numerous gamers, and it was revealed that Reflector not only employed Sweet Baby Inc. co-founder David Bedard, but it also contracted with the company's CEO, Kim Belair, to be the story architect. She was very important to that. Bedard and Belair's involvement were confirmed by the Shorty Awards that listed their credits on the entire branded project for Unknown 9. There you can see it right there. Kim Belair, story architect, David the Bedard, brand content manager at Reflector Entertainment. I wonder if they ended up feeling the pinch of these layoffs. But while one Sweet Baby Inc. game after the other in 2024 was sent out there to die, 2025 may or may not be repeating those similar sentiments, as another game that they are inexorably linked to, South of Midnight, is on the horizon. Compulsion Games, which, interestingly enough, it's not bad enough that they are very much in bed with Sweet Baby Inc. It was also Compulsion Games that was allowing Alyssa Mercante to darken their door right after she very much voluntarily left Kotaku. Sure thing. Here we have IGN's preview, which says that, guys, this is the best game that we have played since the last best game that we have played. Now, whether you adored 2013 indie darling Contrast, I remember that. That was well regarded, or were disappointed by 2016's We Happy Few. I remember that one getting pushed really hard back when, E3 was still around and actually thriving. It is hard to argue that developer Compulsion Games doesn't swing for the fences and try new things, and that's why them coming around with South of Midnight, well, at one point in time, this would have been really good. And you take a look at the art style, and honestly, it looks pretty good. Okay, this is an Xbox Studios company. Compulsion is owned by, yes, Xbox, Microsoft, and all that stuff. So yeah, there's a fair amount of resources there. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to the storytelling, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Because here's the thing: if Sweet Baby Inc. actually did good work and enhanced the narratives that they were supposed to be consulting on, this wouldn't be an issue. Except for with the games that they are just somewhat attached to, God of War Ragnarok, that succeeded in spite of Sweet Baby Inc.'s blacking Norse gods. Okay, some people enjoyed Spider-Man 2 for the fact that you could, be Spider-Man and Miles Morales. They could sufficiently hold their nose long enough to get through the side content where you could play as Miles Morales' a deaf girlfriend where you spray paint, pro-black propaganda. But otherwise, more story-focused games, which is what South of Midnight purports to be, you have Tales of Kenzara Zhao, you have Unknown 9 Awakening, all falling flat on their faces. So yeah, IGN giving something glowing praise. Remember, they also gave Dragon Age the Veilguard a 9. To them saying that, oh guys, don't worry, in 2025, South of Midnight, that's definitely it's going to be one to watch, guys. But here you have Grums once again pointing out that the documentary for Sweet Baby Inc. game South of Midnight just dropped. The game opens with a talk about empathy for people who aren't like you. God, we already know where this is going, huh? And the video ends with a heavy talk about the importance of representation. Make of that what you will. Oh yeah, we already will. I ain't playing this shit. Devs paint a picture of a passion project of a creative director who grew up in the South, gone awry after Microsoft money. Project in poor state of development. Good devs with good good intentions being hamstrung by poor hires and promotions and not based on merit. Hilarious. And very poor community management. There are many good people there. Right. Just, the bad ones that just get all of the press, like most of them. Here's a recap of what insiders have told me about Compulsion Games and South of Midnight. Okay, we know the main character, Hazel, was race swapped after SBI and Microsoft came on board. Big shock on that one. The team that created the past celebrated title, We Happy Few, I thought that was a bomb, according to IGN, right, is mostly gone, leaving behind disillusion. After being disillusioned about changes from Xbox, Microsoft, and SBI involvement, studio politics, and more. Promotion of a non-qualified staff to lead and to manage positions resulted in a mess of a project. No idea how to make a game, because here's the thing, right? Like, you could take a look at some of the screenshots and some of the quote-unquote gameplay, and I have no idea what type of game we're to expect here. And that's always the through line whenever it comes to these SBI games. It's like, oh no, yeah, they're very innovative, and it's very important that we have such representation. What's your gameplay like? We have very important stories that we want to tell. Great stuff. The community manager is known to be openly racist. Oh, great. Always a fantastic sign. Pikachulita. Yeah, I don't care, bro. Some kind of Chan sounding freak is cited one of the many incompetent staff promoted or hired into senior positions who does no actual work. Big shock. A quick glance at the company page she manages, Compulsion Games, reveal virtually no info about the game and consists of endless retweets of DEI related matters and promotions about other games and companies. It's kind of like one of those other companies that Sony closed down at the time that they shut down Firewalk Studios, Noko Kai or something like that. Something that was, given a whole bunch of money and never produced a damn thing. But all right, this is a repost of my former report. And since the company's account has been focusing much more on the game, the community manager has since relocated to Blue Sky. Wow, after going protected on X, a big shock on that one. It's almost like these freaks don't understand that we can pull up your account over there if you're talking shit over on that liberal echo chamber. Devs paint a picture of a passion project by the creative director who grew up in the South, gone awry by Microsoft money, yeah, all that stuff. So my thoughts, Grums' thoughts on this one. It's a beautiful looking game. A lot of the aesthetics, except for that screenshot looks a little stupid. I hate that art style, bro. That's Dragon Age the Veilguard type, cel-shaded, claymation type shit. So I think it could probably work somewhere. It's just that looks cheap as shit. I really hope SBI and Microsoft haven't ruined this game with DEI policies and by hiring SBI in the gameplay matches the visuals. Yeah, exactly, because Flintlock is another game that comes to mind because that one actually sounded like a really interesting premise until SBI came involved in that one and then ended up, race and gender swapping the main character, and all of a sudden it all became a big representation allegory, which is kind of what we're getting here with South of Midnight. So I wouldn't necessarily hold my breath for this being anything good. It might be passable at best, but otherwise, yet another Sweet Baby Inc. disaster at worst. So we'll have to check in on that at a later date when it releases. But until then, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.